What is happening, guys? I got a very interesting question about detachment. How do you detach, let go, surrender when things are hard, when you're struggling, there's adversity, when things are just not working hard and life is just really, really hard right now? How do you apply that detachment in your life? And I felt like that was a really good question, because it's especially in those moments where you need detachment, letting go, and trust, faith in something greater the most, right? I remember in my own life when I started my own, business and so on, for so many times, like just being like, that's it, I'm running out of money. I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bill. I don't know where the rent money is gonna come from. Like just being in the space where stress is so high and doubt, and like you just want to go and puke somewhere. Like you have no idea where is the money gonna come from and so on. Like I've been in this situation. I know like how tough it can be to be there, right? Look, there's no one single answer that can fix the situation or preach you and tell you exactly what to do. I can share my own experience, what I've learned in my own journey in those moments, those situations, those adversity, right? And the most important thing for me that got me through this, because here's the thing, it always ends up working out. I'm still here, right? I didn't die of things. Money always came in. That's the most crazy thing, right? Is that like I'm few days away from having to pay my rent. I have literally no money. I don't know where money is gonna come from, and you have a client working out of the blue. Money comes in, or you find money, or somebody gives you money, or like it happened so many times. Like when I was desperate for help or for things to happen, it just happened. And so I can tell you from experience that there's always a way, and this is where I really hammered that mantra over the years. Everything is always working out for me. This was one of the things when things were hard that I was telling myself over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Another two habits that have been with me for years: gratitude, writing every single morning in my gratitude journal things I appreciate, because in those moments when there's doubt and adversity and so on, right? You can't allow your mind to go into victimhood, into depression, into crazy level of anxiety. You gotta remain in control. You gotta focus on what you want. You gotta be able to discipline your mind still, right? And this is why gratitude is so important. Meditation, and at the end of my meditation, having a visualizing what I actually want. And then the rest is simply learning to trust the universe, to trust, God or something, whatever you want to call it, right? This was something very difficult for me, because I had this need of being in control in my life, right? I didn't believe in God. I didn't believe in the universe going to take care of me. It was just me. I have to do it. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? Asking for help and so on, being vulnerable, all those things were really difficult. So when I found myself in those type of situation, to ask for help, whether it's for God or for somebody to help me or to guide me or whatever, was extremely difficult, brought a lot of shame, a lot of weakness, right? And what we have to realize is that this is the pride in us, and all the past trauma and the unresolved shame and guilt and all these things that are not only manifesting in our life, but that are preventing us often for letting things in, from having the universe help us and so on. And so we constantly put ourselves in a corner that we've built over time, over and over and over again, because I've realized at some point that was a pattern in my life. Yeah, but that's just my own personal experience. So it was a matter of learning to let go, learning to trust, learning to be like, what, I've done everything I could. I don't know, please, help me, or something of this nature. But through meditation, this is where, meditation, I give so much credit to meditation, where I've learned about myself, about, what we could call the higher self, or different things of, like, just realizing that there's just more than the mind and the body. And this, in terms, like, really spiraled up my whole spiritual growth, my relationship with God, my relationship with life, my relationship with myself, and also brought up a space for me to be able to process all those emotions, to the point where I was able over time to create trust that whatever happens, life brought it for a reason. I can handle it. Everything will work out. I can learn the lesson. I can, go over this type of situation. But over the long term, what you have to realize is that you cannot just let a red flag go by unnoticed. Like, this is something I've noticed in my own life in the past. It's like, my back is against the wall. I don't know where this is going or how this is going to work out. But once it's over, then it's okay. I'm going back doing the same old thing. Yeah. So until you learn your lesson, until you graduate from this, and you learn and you do what you need to do and you overcome yourself or you start to change certain things in your life, right? Things will keep on happening. So this is why in this channel I talk a lot about your own inner world, about your own inner thoughts. That's why I recommend you gratitude. That's why I recommend you to focus on what you want, to visualize, to do meditation, whatever works for you, right? Because to be able to let go, to surrender, you're gonna need to be able to let go of that idea that I am always in control and that need for survival and all those crazy thoughts that you may have, right? You're gonna need to be like, you know what, there's something greater out there that can help me, that can support me. And so I'm not gonna put crazy amount of importance. I'm not gonna put this goal, this thing on a pedestal and you know, drive myself crazy and put so much pressure on my head. I'm just gonna do what I need to do, and then I'm gonna just surrender that everything's going to work out for me, right? And then you can start applying this more in your life. You know, the goals, the outcomes, the people that you put on a pedestal that you give too much importance. Can you stop giving other people so much power and giving power where power is due, in that place of you that has that creative power, that creative control, whether you call it your higher self, God in you, whatever, like that creative force in you that is actually always at play, that is what is bringing all the opportunity, all the things that you need in your life to create, to manifest the next thing. So letting go is important because it allows you to get out of the old pattern, out of your own way. Because the more you put importance, the more you focus on the negative, on the adversity, the more doubt, anxiety you have, the more in control you need to be. The more you're swimming against the flow, the more you're making it hard for yourself. So my advice for you is simply this. You must discipline your mind in those moments where your life is tough. This is where you need things like meditation or gratitude or visualization or a certain mantra the most. And then find something somewhere, something you believe, and simply pray to that or give, ask for help to that, so to speak, right? And this is very personal, right? But this is the reason why I think this is so important is throughout humanity, 2,000 years ago and even more, there's always been some form of God and divination and all kind of things like that, where people needed to give their faith in something greater to be able to help them through life. But I also understand that this points out to something greater, like a God in us, like a higher power in us, that this is where we actually need to give the full power in, the full trust in, right? When I say like surrender and let go and let God, what I'm really saying, what I really know now in my life is that what I'm really doing is that I'm letting my own inner God, my own creative force take care of this for me, right? It's not my ego mind that is in control, is something greater, whatever that greater means for you, the universe, quantum field, whatever you believe in, right? But as long as it's a learning process. You don't just get this conceptually. It's something, in my experience, you have to learn, you have to experience, you have to, reflect on, you have to get there in your own way, in your own journey. And so I hope this makes sense. I know this is maybe a long answer to a short question, but there is no straightforward answer here. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps you. And whoever's watching that, I hope if you need it, those answers or that answer will help you. So that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think down in the comment. I will see you next time. Be well.